So today I'm going to be discussing an interesting point about the scriptures, and that is that I've actually, to basically give some context for this, somebody was talking about earlier, or I saw someone disputing earlier, that why would Christ, if he actually was the Son of God and the Father was in him and he was also God himself, then why would he have to speak out loud? Like, why did he speak directly to God as though God was separate from him? And what has been revealed to me while I was sitting here reading the scriptures is this: that a human being is temporal. We exist in exactly one moment in time at a time. And how do I put this? In the beginning, or I should say, God, since God is timeless, God is at every point in time, always, simultaneously. Now, some people have argued that because God sees the entire beginning, middle, and end of the universe all at once, then he cannot possibly understand us. This is something that I, as an atheist, when I was, argued, and some others do also. And let me put it to you this way in context. This is one of the other reasons why Christ actually had to come to the earth. And when Christ came to the earth, he was the Spirit of God himself, placed into a temporal state, no longer beginning, middle, and end all at once, but at one point in time, moving to another point in time. Much like any other human being would be, he experienced the world temporally for a time in the body of Jesus Christ. And then he experienced all the same temptations that arise for those of us who live in a temporal world. And he overcame them. He then died on the cross and then afterwards rose from the dead because he gave up his life and took it up again. No man took it from him. Basically, what I'm trying to get at is the reason that he spoke to God as though God was a separate person from him was because, as my brother in Christ was saying earlier to this other person, that he came and he took on flesh, temporal flesh, sinful flesh, and when he did this, he needed to live the life that a human being should live. See? And because human beings should give homage to the Father, could give their praise to the Father in heaven, so also did Christ, because he was the model by which people should live. Now, admittedly, because Christ lived a perfect life, and no human being can live a perfect life because of the sinful nature that mankind has, we're not going to actually achieve total Christ-likeness. But the point is, Christ is the model that we should all be aiming for. And in doing so, we can become reconciled to the Father, and we can learn how we should act. That's why people think of that old WWJD, what would Jesus do? Because that provides you the answer to pretty much any problem. If you're in the middle of a fight, or like if you're in the middle of an argument and you feel yourself getting really heated, then you just stop and you ask yourself, what would Jesus do? Wait, oh right. He would not allow what was going on around him to dictate his actions. He would not allow what was going on around him to dictate how he felt about it. He would calmly stop, let go of anger, forgive, and move on from there as though it was a blank slate. There's a reason that Christ said not to forgive your brother unto 7 times, but he says unto 77 times, because we all screw up and we all want to be forgiven. So how can we not forgive others over and over and over again? Especially if, when we commit wrongs, we are expecting and asking and hoping and praying that God will forgive us for the sins that we committed many, 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 many times. So even as Christ forgave us, even as God forgives us, so also we should forgive others. I think that's going to be all for this video, but let me know what you thought in the comments below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. You have a blessed day.